There.
Woo-hoo!
Where are we?
Hey, we're in Glasgow.
Glasgow.
You have to say it right. It's not Glasgow. It's not Glasgow. It's Glasgow.
Glasgow. And if you say it wrong, they'll tell you. And they'll sound like they're really mad. Oh, I know. Stop.
You sound like you're an Indian in Scotland.
Okay. It fits. Listen, so we are not doing a coffee with Russ and Lisa per se, but this is coffee with Russ and Lisa for the 10th of January. I said we were going to be coming live, and I kind of spoke out of turn because we put a lot of time and effort.
Yes, we did.
Into our messages and into coffee with Russ and Lisa.
Don't mind me.
And things like that, and I'll spare you that. And you guys think I'm the one to worry about?
Hey, I have a tissue. I need to
I'm gonna wait.
It's all good.
I'll wait.
Keep going.
Okay, so really quick, not really quick. I don't know why I say that when we're making these videos, because this is Russ and Lisa, Lisa and Russ, and there. And so one of the things we want to talk about this morning was our trip a little bit. So
yes,
we took off on the 7th, and actually it was pretty uneventful. Got to the airport.
Good way.
Yeah.
We prayed for God's favor, and He showed up.
Yeah, big time. And just for the record, Lisa's been the emotional one on this part of the trip, and rightfully so. I've spent the last 10 months being emotional, and so she's been emotional on the trip because this has been a long time coming. I mean, over a year, God gave us the vision and mission, and it has just been one of those things. It has. I'm watching this guy document his car. It's so funny, like the different things that people do.
Well, it got crashed, it looks like.
Yeah, well, no, I think he's just taking pictures because it looks like he's smiling. Anyway.
Well, no, I just didn't.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying now.
I'm the emotional one. But we got to the airport and we had like 400 bags. Okay, a little exaggeration, but we had like 7
like
huge
394
suitcases and a guitar case and a dog walking and a dog in a backpack, and seems like everything under the sun. And so we knew we were going to be paying extra for the weight on our suitcases. We knew that going into it.
We didn't think we were going to be paying that much extra though.
Well, the thing was, there actually is a limit.
About that.
My first big suitcase weighed in at 74 pounds, and you can't go over 70, which we found out there. So the lady was like, do you have can you put some stuff into something else? And literally every little hole and spot in our luggage was full.
Yep.
And we were talking about, is there a place we can buy another suitcase? Like, what are we going to do? And anyway, long story short, the lady said, it's okay. We'll call this 70 pounds. Because she couldn't go further in the system with it saying 74. So she just made it weigh 70 pounds, which was amazing. And then Russ's suitcases got up there, and we had camera equipment and stuff in there. One came in at 76 pounds, and one was like 75. And so we had at least 3 that should not have been allowed on.
So in short,
the lady let us go through with all of them, which was amazing.
And I had budgeted $1,000 for luggage, like everything, and it was almost double that, y'all.
Yep, but that's okay, because we're here. But anyway, that went smoothly, and every part, we went right through TSA. I didn't even take the liquids out of my bag. I had them ready to go on top, but we had so much stuff going through.
We had pre-check.
Russ just put it in there, and they took it. Didn't flinch. Russ always gets stopped. He didn't get stopped.
Yeah, they always check me for bomb residue. What does that tell you? Like, what's the deal with that? Do I really look like a bad bomber? Do I look like a bomber? Just kidding.
Anyway, so every single step of the way.
Bomb. Sorry.
You told me to keep it short, and then you're acting.
I did not say keep it short to you.
So anyway, every single step went just amazingly smoothly, which was only God, because it wouldn't have done that way. And even just getting to the next plane and all that stuff, we had room for Murphy.
Yeah.
Room-ish. Murphy maybe would have a different story, but anyway, it was just incredible.
the truth is, with the dogs, both of them did amazing. Murphy hadn't traveled in probably 2 or 3 years, and given that he had to fit into a small space, both of the dogs watched their house get torn apart. Both of the dogs stayed in 2 strange places before even getting on the plane. And Murphy was losing hair. Like, you got to see the back seat. Looks like the abominable snowman blew up in the back of this van. I'm gonna be back there with a lint brush for a day. They did amazing. And Millie, I would say, was the VIP out of all 4 of us. She just was a little cruiser, man. Like, she didn't whine. She didn't do anything that I know of.
Nope, she didn't flinch or anything.
Yeah, so...
She also didn't pee on anything, which was awesome. So, for her, that's really good.
Yeah, so, airport, no problems getting from JFK to Dublin. We had a little bit of an issue on the very first flight. The guy was like, hey, you need to pay for the seat. I'm like, no, I don't. We got in a little bit of a tiff. I knew Delta policy better than he did. I pointed out that dogs over 45 or 55 pounds actually allotted a seat, and that kind of ticked him off because he sold it, and he had to go and tell the customer, I'm sorry, and he was trying to take it out on me, and oops. So we got that one figured out. On the second flight, they almost did the same thing, but I told the ticket agent, the gate agent, and the stewards, do not give the seat up. You're going to be embarrassed if you do. And they almost did. And they kept it. So we had a seat between us the whole time, which meant Murphy's butt had somewhere to go. For the most part, I was glued to where I was at.
I had Millie underneath my seat, so she was good.
Yeah, and so we got to Dublin. We really didn't do anything in Dublin.
No, we were blessed there as well because we got to the hotel about 9:30 in the morning, and check-in was like probably 3 in the afternoon.
Yep, 3.
And
4 at that one, actually.
The girl at the counter, Petra, she was so nice, and she went ahead and let us take the room early.
Yeah.
And so we were able to get in, shower, take a nap, wake up, go get some food, come back, eat, and then go to bed, which was awesome. And then we got to, we had a really nice man named John O'Connor, kudos to John, who picked us up at the hotel and drove us to the ferry dock. We got a little lost on the way, but he stopped and asked somebody where we needed to go, and he got us right to the front door.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. We had a half a second of panic because they were, as soon as we were unloading, they said last call for walk-on passengers, which was us. So we had to race in and all of a sudden slap a bunch of tags on our stuff. But anyway, they got us in, and then they escorted us to our room. We had our own room.
Hey, before we go any further than that, I want to give a huge shout out to Beckett Lock. They did not need to give us an early in at all. And we were exhausted.
Yes.
And the idea of walking around Dublin after that flight was not my idea of a good time by any means. And so I actually just asked Petra, I said, is there a way we could do an early check-in? And she didn't flinch. She said, absolutely. And she moved a couple of things around, got us into a beautiful room. It's actually in a really, the guy, John O'Connor, our taxi driver, said it's a tough area, but
the hotel itself was really nice.
Honestly, it looked like Seattle to me, so it didn't look that tough.
Yeah.
I mean, be honest. So, but he's a local, right? He's gonna know way more than I will. But Petra and Guillermo, just thank you guys so much. I don't think you'll ever see the video, but huge shout out to Beckett Lock and Petra. We needed to sleep so badly. I never, and I mean, I use that word very rarely, never. I hardly ever never take a 3-hour nap. And I took a 3-hour nap. I think even a little longer.
Yeah.
And so, so needed. And then got up, did a couple things. We went down to the grocery store. We went right back up, got fed, went right back to sleep. So, and that's why we look like we do today, because we were, I wouldn't say a hot mess yesterday. I think we were kind of caught up by yesterday, but you know, traveling on an airplane, and it's just not the best sleep by any means. So, but now the ferry, that was thinking ahead. I had read that the ferry offers staterooms for very little money, and it was like €30, $45, $40, something like that, to get a stateroom for 3.5 hours for a ferry ride. With the dogs and everything, it was so worth it.
I mean, it had a shower and bathroom and everything, which we didn't need the shower, but It was nice to have our very own bathroom. You didn't have to go wandering anywhere. And that was the biggest ferry I have ever seen. It was literally like a cruise ship.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I've never been on a cruise either, but it was big. It had like
it's about 30% less.
Decks. And I mean, they had a movie theater there. They had casinos. They had everything. And we didn't explore. We were tired. But we got to rest and watch Deadliest Catch ad nauseum. And anyway, it was great. And then we pulled into port in Wales. We had a really nice lady named Beth who picked us up from Enterprise in Holyhead, Wales. And
sweetheart.
We talked about that just to Harry yesterday. But basically, the van that they had picked out for us got a rock in the windshield, and you're not allowed to drive that. So they went ahead and got another van, which was actually bigger and better.
Pause for a second.
So
in the UK, they have a thing called MOT, and you do not see ghetto cars driving around in the UK because MOT takes them off the road. So if your car has rust, cracked windshields, bumpers falling off, like that describes half the cars in our neighborhood in Florida. They take them off the road. You're not allowed to drive them at all because they're deemed unsafe. So this crack in the windshield was up in the upper right-hand corner. It was a little tiny star, and they were like, car's not street legal. So that's a huge difference between the UK and the US. And it might annoy you, but if you think about how many people are driving around with busted, crappy cars and are not safe, you don't see that here in the UK.
So they upgraded us. If you want to lift that up so they can see how many rows are back there.
It's a people mover.
Yeah, I mean, this would fit Judson and Christina Bartel's family. Shout out to Judson and Christina. They have like 10 kids. So this would fit them
Barely,
all.
barely.
Barely, but it would hold them. Anyway, it fit all our luggage. Murphy's got his own row. Millie, of course, sits on my lap. But it's been amazing. There's me. And so anyway, to Glasgow, or we drove from Wales. Russ drove from Wales, hoping for a big welcome to England sign. It was not there. We realized we were in England after we were in England for about 30 miles. But anyway, we made it all the way. We did see the sign for Scotland. I took a picture. It's real blurry. If you look on Facebook, it's on there. But at any rate, we're in Glasgow. So today we have about a 3-hour drive, depending on the snow. There is ice outside. And you can see our personalities right now. Russ has like a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, and a vest on. I'm just in a t-shirt. It's amazing. I don't know what the degrees are outside, but Russ will talk and I will tell you. Because it's awesome.
We're not actually in Glasgow. We're just south of it. But we'll be going through Glasgow here in about 10 or 15 minutes. We're going to make a little stop at a little town called Pitlochry. We were there in 19. And beautiful little town, fun little town.
Here's our update.
The only reason why we would blow through Pitlochry or anywhere is if it started snowing really heavily. Go ahead.
It's 35 degrees out, feels like 29. And look at how happy I am. It's amazing.
So that's kind of where we're at today. But one of the things I want to talk about on the biblical side of this is, there are times in our lives, and we've lived there, where we've allowed fear to stop us from doing something. And I just want to tell you, it's been over a year now that God gave us, Lisa and I, the same exact vision, differently and separately, at different times, and we shared them on a plane. And that's how we knew that it was like affirmation and confirmation and one small hit. You keep moving away from the camera, babe.
Sorry.
You're killing me. And so, anyways, it's been just a little over a year. And when you experience something like that, it's life-changing. And it's supernatural. And so we've spent the last, when we got home, it was like, oh, we're going to do this 1-year mission trip, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And God said, yeah, right. And so on began 10 months of support raising. I quit my job. We sold our business, the whole works, and just really dug in. Lisa worked full-time. I worked full-time raising support, and it was an experience like no other. But here's the thing. If we would have allowed fear to stop us, we would have stopped probably in March. There are a lot of unknowns. Man, that sun is just like right in my eyes. Hold on a minute, y'all. There we go. We're making the video for the van, and the mirror is right in the sun. See, the sun does come out. Okay. Oh, is it in your eyes now?
No, it was when you moved the camera.
Oh. What? Okay. Anyway, a lot of traveling, guys. So, I'm just going to say, like, don't let fear hold you back. And when God's involved, definitely do not let fear hold you back. Okay? Lisa one time quoted 2 Timothy 1:7, which was,
all of a sudden my mind went blank. God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind.
yes. And so I want you to hear that today, that you do not need to live in fear. We have a friend of ours who texted me at 3 or emailed me at 3 o'clock yesterday, Florida time, because he's having a hard time sleeping. And that's exactly what the enemy wants.
Mm-hmm.
If he can make you tired, he'll make you weak. If he can make you weak, he can isolate you. And if he can isolate you, he can beat the living tire out of you. So don't allow that to happen. Don't let the enemy have that fear in your life. Learn to recite God's word. That's what David was talking about when he said, I hide your word away in my heart so that we can be prepared. Put on the full armor of God every day. And just know that people are always thinking about you and praying for you. In fact, if you're watching this video, even if you're somebody that we haven't met before, trust me, we're praying for you specifically. So, to conclude Coffee with Russ and Lisa live, no special graphics or anything, at least at this point. We just want to say thank you to everybody out there that's been praying for us. This trip, I'm not joking, has been phenomenal. You could say, I think Lisa said it earlier, that it's favor, right? Is
Yes.
that what you said?
Yep.
And then, we have great weather right now. And I think the only thing that's happened that I realized earlier this morning was I lost my selfie stick for my phone. And that's $8. So, and it might just be rolling around the car somewhere. Who knows? And I'm not going to cry over that. That's for sure. Maybe a little bit. Okay. So, do you have anything you want to add? No? I think we did pretty good. Stepped on each other a little bit on live, but that's okay. It's been a long trip. And, and I don't want to forget, for those of you that have been praying, none of this would have been possible without our supporters. None of it. We would have been still stuck at home and probably crying. So, because we know what God has called us to do. And so this is possible because of our supporters. And if you haven't made a decision for support yet, and I know this sounds weird, but we are a little short. We did incur about $1,000 worth of fees that we didn't expect. So I put a margin in there for that, but we're still over about $400 or $500. So we're just trusting God, man.
He's got it.
Yep. And so we love you guys, and we will be on for next week. We did bring all the video equipment, and my hand keeps slipping down the steering wheel. It's not shaky here, I promise. And I got my hand resting on the steering wheel. But next week will be Coffee with Russ and Lisa again. We're going to have a special New Year one. We're going to talk a little bit more about the trip and all that good stuff. And then we're going to be doing a special Journey with the Weavers. And I need to talk to Lisa about that because I have an idea for us. And I think it's acceptable, but she's the producer and the boss. I got to check with her. We love you guys. Anything else? See ya. Shut off. Funny, it is not letting me shut off. I don't want to lose it. Oh, that's interesting. It's usually a